Welcome to Son.Mindfulness. Today, we're embarking on a transformative journey, diving deep into a guided meditation practice designed to calm your mind and bring peace to both your mind and body. This video will guide you through mindfulness techniques and relaxation practices, while also sharing personal insights and timeless wisdom from Buddhist philosophy. As we explore mindful breathing, progressive relaxation, and mental clarity, we'll walk together on a path toward cultivating true inner peace. Imagine for a moment a world where your racing thoughts slow down, your tension melts away, and a sense of serenity envelopes you. Stick with me until the end of this video, and not only will you experience profound calm, but you'll also gain the tools to make this peaceful state a lasting part of your life. Our journey consists of the following 5 main contents. Let's begin. First, the core of anxiety, mind and body connection. Anxiety manifests not only in the mind, but also in the body, weaving a web of discomfort that can leave us feeling restless and tense. To counter these effects, we must address the physical side of anxiety, engaging the parasympathetic nervous system, often referred to as the rest and digest system. This system helps us regain balance and calm by counteracting the stress-induced activation of our fight or flight response. Through mindful breathing and progressive muscle relaxation, we can guide our bodies to respond to stress with calm instead of panic, creating a path to inner peace. One of the most profound truths about anxiety is that it is a natural response, an inherent part of being human. This response evolved as a survival mechanism, sharpening our senses and preparing us to face threats. However, in modern life, this system often misfires, reacting to non-life-threatening situations as though they were immediate dangers. Recognizing anxiety as a natural response can help us approach it with compassion rather than frustration, transforming it from an enemy into something we can work with. Rebalancing the nervous system is at the core of addressing anxiety. Gentle meditation practices, such as mindfulness and focused breathing, can reset the nervous system, helping to lower heart rates, ease muscle tension, and restore a sense of equilibrium. Imagine your body as a finely tuned instrument that falls out of harmony when stress overwhelms it. Meditation acts as a tuning fork, bringing your system back into balance with deliberate, gentle care. The power of mindful breathing lies in its simplicity. When anxiety strikes, our breathing often becomes shallow and erratic, further fueling feelings of panic. Conscious breathing, on the other hand, slows the breath, encouraging a state of relaxation. One effective technique is the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, and exhale for 8 counts. This pattern lengthens the exhalation, which is particularly effective at activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Over time, this practice becomes a reliable tool you can use anytime, anywhere to counter anxiety. Progressive muscle relaxation complements mindful breathing by targeting the physical tension that often accompanies anxiety. This practice involves systematically tensing and then releasing each muscle group in the body, starting from the toes and working upward or vice versa. For example, you might clench your fists tightly for a few seconds and then let them relax completely, noticing the difference between tension and release. This process not only alleviates physical tension, but also fosters a deeper awareness of how stress manifests in the body, empowering you to release it intentionally. Consistency is key to the effectiveness of these practices. Just as a garden requires regular watering and care to thrive, your nervous system benefits from consistent nurturing. Integrating these techniques into your daily routine, even for just 5 or 10 minutes a day, can create lasting changes in how your body and mind respond to stress. Over time, you'll notice a cumulative effect, with moments of calm becoming more frequent and accessible. Another important aspect of rebalancing anxiety is understanding and embracing the role of self-awareness. Many of us move through life disconnected from our bodies, unaware of the tension we carry until it becomes unbearable. Practices such as body scans help bridge this gap. A body scan involves mentally checking in with each part of your body, noticing sensations without judgment. For example, you might realize your shoulders are tense or your jaw is clenched, giving you the opportunity to consciously relax those areas. This practice not only reduces physical tension, but also enhances your ability to tune into your body's needs. The mind-body connection also highlights the importance of patience and self-compassion. Transforming your relationship with anxiety isn't about achieving immediate results or eliminating all stress. It's about creating space for growth and healing, acknowledging that progress is often gradual. Each time you practice mindful breathing or muscle relaxation, you are building resilience. Much like adding a single drop of water to a larger pool, over time, these small efforts accumulate into profound shifts in how you experience and respond to anxiety. Imagine facing a stressful situation, a difficult conversation, a looming deadline, or an unexpected challenge. Instead of being overwhelmed, you take a moment to pause and breathe deeply, grounding yourself in the present moment. You might also use progressive muscle relaxation, releasing the tension in your shoulders and unclenching your jaw. By the time you approach the situation, your body is calm and your mind is clearer, allowing you to respond rather than react. This shift transforms not only how you handle individual moments of stress, but also your overall relationship with anxiety. Rebalancing the nervous system through mindful practices also fosters a deeper connection to the present moment. Anxiety often pulls us into the future, filling our minds with worries about what might happen. Mindfulness anchors us in the here and now, reminding us that the present moment is often less threatening than our anxious thoughts make it seem. By focusing on the breath or the sensations in your body, you create a space where anxiety loses its grip, even if only for a moment. With practice, these moments of presence grow longer and more frequent. Incorporating these practices into your routine doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. You might start your day with a few minutes of mindful breathing, setting a calm tone for the hours ahead. During a lunch break, a quick body scan can help you release tension that has built up. And before bed, progressive muscle relaxation can ease you into restful sleep. These small rituals weave mindfulness into your daily life, creating a strong foundation of calm and resilience. The journey of addressing anxiety through the mind-body connection is not a one-size-fits-all process. Each individual must find the techniques and routines that resonate most deeply with them. For some, it might be the steady rhythm of breath work. For others, the tactile awareness of muscle relaxation. Experimenting with different practices allows you to discover what feels most effective and sustainable for you. Ultimately, the mind-body connection offers a path to not only manage anxiety but also transform it. By engaging the parasympathetic nervous system through mindful breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and consistent self-care, you can shift your body's response to stress, fostering a state of calm and balance. This journey requires patience, commitment, and self-compassion, but the rewards are profound. A deeper sense of control over your emotions, a stronger connection to the present moment, and a newfound resilience that empowers you to face life's challenges with grace. Second, breathing, your anchor amid the storm. Breathing serves as a steadfast anchor amid the chaos of life, a reliable tool to ground the wandering mind and restore clarity. Guided meditation often begins by focusing on the breath, a practice as ancient as it is effective. Simply observing the natural rhythm of your breathing can create an immediate sense of presence, drawing you out of the whirlpool of anxious thoughts and back into the sanctuary of the present moment. When we talk about observing the breath, we're not referring to forced control or manipulation. Instead, it's about tuning into what's already there. Is your breath shallow or deep, fast or slow? There's no need to change it, just observe. This simple act of noticing can shift your attention away from worries, creating space for calm to emerge naturally. It's a practice of acceptance, a reminder that not everything needs to be fixed or altered. One of the most transformative techniques in breath-focused meditation is lengthening the exhale. The exhalation is directly linked to activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which governs relaxation and recovery. By slowing the out-breath, we send a signal to the body that it's safe to relax. A common practice is to inhale for a count of 3 and exhale for a count of 6. This extended exhalation slows the heart rate and calms the nervous system, creating a profound sense of ease. The counts can be adjusted to suit your comfort. ensuring the practice remains gentle and non-straining. The power of this technique lies in its accessibility. Unlike more complex meditation practices, mindful breathing can be done anywhere, anytime, whether you're seated at your desk, lying in bed, or even stuck in traffic. You can turn your attention to your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and feel the shift as your body transitions from tension to relaxation. It's a portable tool for peace, always available in moments of need. Breathwork also holds a significant place in Buddhist practice, particularly in anapanasati, or mindfulness of breathing. This foundational practice is a cornerstone of mindfulness meditation, emphasizing the profound impact of focusing on the breath. The Buddha himself often taught the importance of mindful breathing, likening it to a gardener watering the roots of a tree. Just as the gardener ensures the tree's health by nurturing its foundation, mindfulness of breathing nurtures the mind, creating fertile ground for insight and wisdom to grow. This connection to ancient wisdom offers more than just a calming technique. It provides a doorway to deeper understanding. When we focus on the breath, we are not merely calming the mind, we are cultivating awareness, sharpening our ability to observe the impermanence and interconnection of all things. Each inhale and exhale becomes a teacher, reminding us of the transient nature of life and the beauty of being fully present in each moment. Consider the natural rhythm of the breath. It flows in and out without effort, a continuous cycle that mirrors the rhythms of nature. Tuning into this rhythm can bring a sense of harmony, as though aligning your inner world with the greater flow of existence. This awareness deepens as you practice, transforming the simple act of breathing into a profound meditation on life itself. Personal reflection adds depth to this practice, making it not just a technique, but a lived experience. For instance, many practitioners find that observing the breath reveals patterns of tension or stress they weren't consciously aware of. Perhaps your breath becomes shallow during moments of worry, or quickens when you feel pressured. Noticing these patterns allows you to intervene, using the breath to shift your state of mind and body. Imagine you're facing a particularly stressful situation, a tight deadline at work, a difficult conversation, or an unexpected challenge. In such moments, the breath becomes a refuge. Instead of reacting impulsively or letting stress overwhelm you, you pause and focus on your breathing. Inhale for 3 counts, exhale for 6, and feel the tension ease with each breath. This simple practice not only calms you in the moment, but also strengthens your resilience, empowering you to approach challenges with greater clarity and poise. In addition to its calming effects, breathwork fosters a sense of curiosity and self-discovery. By observing your breath, you become more attuned to the subtle changes in your body and mind. For example, you might notice that your breath becomes deeper and more rhythmic as you relax, or that certain thoughts or emotions correspond to changes in your breathing pattern. This awareness is the foundation of mindfulness, a skill that extends beyond meditation and into every aspect of life. The transformative power of mindful breathing is not limited to moments of anxiety or stress. It's also a tool for cultivating joy and gratitude. When you take a deep, intentional breath, you're reminded of the gift of life itself. Each inhale nourishes your body. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. This cycle of receiving and letting go mirrors the natural ebb and flow of existence, fostering a sense of connection and gratitude. In Buddhism, the breath is often seen as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. By focusing on the breath, we connect the body and mind, grounding our awareness in the present while opening ourselves to deeper insight. This duality, grounded yet expansive, makes breathwork a uniquely powerful practice. It stabilizes the mind while creating space for exploration, allowing us to delve into the nature of self, impermanence, and interconnectedness. A practical application of breath-focused meditation can be seen in many real-life stories. For instance, a woman struggling with public speaking used mindful breathing to overcome her fear. Before stepping onto the stage, she would close her eyes, take a deep inhale for 3 counts, and exhale slowly for 6. This simple act calmed her racing heart and quieted her anxious thoughts, enabling her to speak confidently. Over time, This practice not only helped her manage stress, but also enhanced her overall sense of self-assurance. Similarly, a man coping with chronic pain found solace in mindful breathing. By focusing on the breath, he could shift his attention away from the pain and into the present moment. This practice didn't eliminate the pain, but it transformed his relationship with it, making it more manageable. These examples highlight the versatility of breathwork, showing how it can be adapted to meet diverse needs. Ultimately, mindful breathing is more than a stress relief tool. It's a gateway to transformation. By grounding ourselves in the breath, we learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. Each inhale becomes a moment of renewal. Each exhale an opportunity to let go. In this simple, natural rhythm lies the potential for profound change, a path to inner peace and a deeper connection to the present moment. Third, progressive relaxation, releasing tension, one step at a time. Progressive relaxation is a meditation practice that invites you to systematically relax each part of your body, releasing tension and fostering a sense of connection with your physical self. This technique is both simple and transformative, helping you become more aware of the body's signals while cultivating a deep state of calm. By guiding your attention through a full body scan, from your feet to the crown of your head, you learn to let go of accumulated stress and rediscover the ease of simply being present in your body. The process begins by bringing your awareness to your feet, the foundation of your body. Close your eyes and imagine a warm, soothing light enveloping your feet, relaxing every muscle, tendon, and bone. Feel the heaviness of tension melting away as if it were dissolving into the earth beneath you. With each exhale, picture that tension leaving your body like a mist fading in the morning sun. This practice of visualization is powerful, transforming abstract sensations of stress into something tangible you can release. As your focus moves upward, you guide this sense of relaxation into your calves and thighs. Imagine a gentle wave of warmth or light flowing upward, softening and soothing each muscle. This isn't just about physical relaxation. It's about becoming fully present with your body. You might notice areas that feel tight or neglected, places where stress has settled unnoticed. With each breath, you allow those areas to unwind, creating a sense of spaciousness and ease. Progressive relaxation continues methodically, addressing the abdomen, chest, and shoulders. These areas often carry the weight of emotional stress, tightness in the stomach from worry, a heavy chest from sadness, or tense shoulders from daily burdens. By directing your awareness here, you invite these areas to soften. As you breathe in, imagine nurturing light filling these spaces. As you breathe out, picture tension evaporating, leaving you lighter and freer. The arms, hands, neck, and face are next, areas where microtensions often accumulate. Perhaps your hands are clenched without you realizing, or your jaw is subtly tightened. With progressive relaxation, you become aware of these subtle habits and consciously let them go. Visualization can be particularly effective here. Imagine your hands releasing their grip and becoming weightless, or your face softening like a gentle breeze has passed over it. This process isn't rushed. It's about savoring the sensations of release and embracing the peace that comes with it. The practice culminates with the crown of the head, where you might visualize a gentle light radiating outward, symbolizing complete relaxation and openness. At this point, your body feels heavy yet free, grounded yet serene. The tension you carried is no longer present, replaced by a deep sense of harmony and connection. One of the most profound elements of progressive relaxation is the way it integrates visualization and breathing. Visualization acts as a bridge between the mind and body, turning abstract concepts like relaxation into vivid, sensory experiences. Breathing anchors you in the present, providing a steady rhythm to guide the process. As you inhale, you invite warmth, light, and ease into your body. As you exhale, you release tension, stress, and discomfort. This cycle of receiving and letting go mirrors the natural flow of life, reinforcing a sense of balance and acceptance. The effectiveness of progressive relaxation lies in its ability to address not just physical tension, but also emotional and mental stress. As you relax each part of your body, you may notice a surprising release of emotions. Perhaps you feel a wave of relief or even tears as years of held tension finally dissolve. This emotional release is a reminder of the profound connection between the body and mind. When we nurture one, we inevitably heal the other. To illustrate the transformative power of progressive relaxation, consider the story of a monk during a meditative retreat. Overwhelmed by the physical and emotional strain of intensive practice, he turned to progressive relaxation as a way to find relief. Each day, he would close his eyes and imagine every part of his body melting into a serene river, flowing gently and effortlessly. As he visualized his body dissolving into this river, he felt not only his physical tension, but also his emotional burdens washing away. Over time, this practice became a cornerstone of his meditation, teaching him the art of letting go and the beauty of surrender. This monk's experience highlights an important aspect of progressive relaxation. It's not just about releasing tension, but also about cultivating a sense of trust and surrender. By systematically relaxing your body, you're not just addressing the symptoms of stress, you're embracing a mindset of acceptance. You learn to let go of the need to control, to trust the process of relaxation, and to find peace in simply being. Progressive relaxation also offers practical benefits in daily life. For example, if you've had a stressful day, this practice can help you unwind before sleep, ensuring a restful night. Many people who struggle with insomnia find that progressive relaxation quiets the mind and calms the body, creating the ideal conditions for deep, restorative sleep. Similarly, it can be used during moments of acute stress, such as before a presentation or during a difficult conversation. By focusing on systematically relaxing your body, you shift your attention away from stressors and into the present moment, where calm and clarity reside. Another practical application is in pain management. Many people who experience chronic pain use progressive relaxation to find relief. By focusing on each part of the body, they not only reduce physical tension, but also cultivate a sense of control and empowerment. Pain may not disappear entirely, but it becomes more manageable, less consuming. This practice teaches that even in the presence of discomfort, there can be moments of ease and peace. The beauty of progressive relaxation lies in its adaptability. Whether you have 5 minutes or an hour, you can tailor the practice to fit your needs. A quick scan of the body can bring immediate relief, while a longer session allows for a deeper release. The practice is also accessible to people of all ages and abilities, making it a versatile tool for well-being. Ultimately, progressive relaxation is more than a technique. It's a way of cultivating a deeper relationship with your body and mind. It's about recognizing the tension you carry, both physically and emotionally, and giving yourself permission to release it. As you relax each part of your body, you reconnect with yourself, creating a sense of wholeness and balance. Through consistent practice, progressive relaxation becomes a sanctuary, a place you can return to whenever you need peace. It reminds you that relaxation is not a luxury but a necessity, a vital part of nurturing your well-being. In the words of the monk, relaxation is the art of letting go. By embracing this art, you open the door to a life of greater ease, joy, and presence. Fourth, cultivating awareness, turning toward the present moment. Cultivating awareness is the foundation of turning toward the present moment and transforming our relationship with anxiety. This practice invites us to observe the mind and approach thoughts and emotions with non-judgmental curiosity. Often, anxiety thrives on resistance, our unwillingness to face certain feelings or situations. By learning to welcome what arises instead of fighting it, we gradually disarm the power of these emotions and find a pathway to peace. One of the core principles of this practice is recognizing that thoughts and emotions are not enemies to be banished but visitors to be understood. This concept is beautifully expressed in Rumi's poem, The Guest House. Rumi describes each emotion, be it joy, sorrow, anger, or fear, as a guest arriving at the door of our awareness. He urges us to greet each visitor warmly, recognizing that even unwelcome guests may carry valuable lessons. This approach to mindfulness transforms the way we view discomfort, shifting from avoidance to curiosity. When anxious thoughts arise, The first step is simply acknowledging their presence. Often, our instinct is to suppress or ignore these thoughts, hoping they'll go away. However, this resistance can amplify their intensity. Instead, acknowledge the thought with a simple mental note: there's anxiety, or here's a worry about the future. This act of naming creates a small space between you and the thought, helping you see it as a passing experience rather than an overwhelming truth. Once you've acknowledged the thought, turn toward it with compassion. Imagine how you might comfort a friend who is struggling with worry. You wouldn't dismiss their concerns or scold them for feeling anxious. Instead, you'd listen with kindness and offer support. Extend this same compassion to yourself. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel anxious and that this moment of discomfort is part of being human. By meeting your anxiety with compassion, you strip it of its power to control you. Breath is a powerful tool for anchoring yourself in the present moment when anxious thoughts threaten to pull you away. Begin by taking a slow, deep breath in, noticing the sensation of air entering your body. Then exhale gently, focusing on the feeling of release. With each breath, imagine yourself grounding in the here and now, like a tree whose roots grow deeper with every inhale and exhale. This practice doesn't eliminate anxious thoughts, but it creates a sense of stability that helps you navigate them more calmly. In addition to the breath, visualization can enhance your ability to stay present. Picture your thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. You don't need to chase after them or hold on to them. Simply watch them flow past. This imagery reinforces the understanding that thoughts are temporary. They come and go, just like the flow of water. By adopting this perspective, you free yourself from the trap of over-identifying with every anxious idea that arises. Another effective technique is body awareness. When anxiety takes hold, it often manifests physically as tension in the shoulders, a tight chest, or a churning stomach. Shift your focus from the thought to the sensation. For example, if your chest feels tight, place a hand there and breathe into the area, imagining warmth and ease flowing into it. This practice grounds you in the physical present, redirecting your attention away from the mental spirals of anxiety. As you develop the habit of observing your thoughts without judgment, you may begin to notice patterns. Perhaps certain worries arise repeatedly, or specific situations consistently trigger anxiety. This awareness is valuable. It provides insight into the roots of your anxiety and the themes that dominate your mind. With this understanding, you can approach these triggers with greater mindfulness and develop strategies for managing them effectively. Incorporating gratitude into your practice can further transform your relationship with anxious thoughts. When anxiety arises, it's tempting to focus solely on what feels wrong. However, even in moments of discomfort, there are often aspects of life that bring joy or solace. Take a moment to reflect on something you're grateful for. No matter how small, a kind word from a friend, the warmth of sunlight, or the steady rhythm of your breath. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you that anxiety is just one part of your experience, not the whole picture. The practice of cultivating awareness also includes recognizing the impermanence of thoughts and emotions. Anxiety often feels overwhelming because it tricks us into believing it will last forever. However, like all emotions, it is transient. By observing your thoughts without clinging to them, you begin to see their fleeting nature. This realization can be deeply liberating, reducing the sense of urgency and despair that often accompanies anxiety. A story from Buddhist tradition illustrates the power of this approach. A monk, troubled by recurring anxious thoughts during meditation, sought guidance from his teacher. The teacher advised him to invite the thoughts in as if they were honored guests. The monk was skeptical but decided to try. The next time anxiety arose, he greeted it warmly. "Welcome, my old friend. Come, sit with me." To his surprise, the anxiety began to lose its grip. Over time, the monk realized that by embracing the presence of anxiety instead of resisting it, he could coexist with it peacefully. This story underscores an essential truth. Anxiety is not something to be eradicated but understood. By turning toward it with awareness and compassion, we create space for growth and transformation. Each moment of anxiety becomes an opportunity to practice patience, self-kindness, and presence. Consistency is key to reaping the benefits of cultivating awareness. Like any skill, mindfulness requires regular practice to strengthen. Begin with just a few minutes each day, gradually increasing the duration as you feel comfortable. The goal is not perfection but progress, a steady deepening of your ability to stay present and compassionate, even in the face of anxiety. As you continue this journey, you may find that cultivating awareness extends beyond managing anxiety. It becomes a way of life, enriching your relationships, enhancing your sense of purpose, and deepening your connection to the world around you. By learning to turn toward the present moment, you open the door to a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, even amidst life's inevitable challenges. Fifth, blending practice with wisdom, Buddhist perspectives on anxiety. In Buddhist teachings, anxiety is not viewed as an isolated condition, but as a natural consequence of the mind's habitual patterns of attachment and aversion. Attachment arises when the mind clings to what it desires, whether that's material possessions, relationships, or experiences. Conversely, aversion arises when the mind recoils from what it fears or dislikes, such as discomfort, uncertainty, or pain. These mental habits, rooted in craving and fear, create a sense of unease and imbalance, ultimately leading to anxiety. Mindfulness practice is at the heart of Buddhist teachings, and it provides a powerful tool for understanding and transforming the way we relate to anxiety. Through mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations with awareness, without getting entangled in them. By watching anxiety arise without judgment or resistance, we begin to see that it is a transient experience, not something that defines us. Mindfulness trains us to respond to anxiety with equanimity, rather than with fear or reactivity. One of the key aspects of Buddhist wisdom is the recognition that anxiety is a natural part of life. Instead of trying to eliminate it, we are encouraged to accept it as it is. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity. Rather, it means acknowledging the reality of anxiety and allowing it to exist without resistance. When we welcome anxiety as a teacher, it loses its grip on us. We no longer need to push it away or avoid it, and we can begin to learn from the experience it offers. By recognizing anxiety as a part of the human condition, we remove its power to dominate our lives. This idea of acceptance is central to the Buddhist concept of dukkha, often translated as suffering or dissatisfaction. According to the Buddha, all beings experience dukkha because of our attachment to fleeting things and our resistance to what is unpleasant. Yet, through mindfulness and meditation, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of the impermanent nature of all things, including our anxiety. Anxiety, like all experiences, arises, persists for a time, and then fades away. By accepting its impermanence, we begin to loosen our attachment to it and find peace even in the midst of discomfort. Another profound teaching in Buddhism is the concept of anatta, or non-self. This teaching reminds us that our anxious thoughts and feelings are not who we are. They are temporary phenomena, arising due to certain conditions, but they do not define our essence. When we identify with our anxiety, when we say, "I am anxious," we entangle ourselves in the story of the self. We allow the anxiety to control us, as though it were an unchangeable part of our identity. However, mindfulness helps us recognize that these thoughts and feelings are just passing events in the mind. They have no inherent permanence, and they do not constitute the true nature of our being. By practicing non-self, we learn to step back from our anxiety and observe it without attachment. Instead of saying, "I am anxious," we can say, "Anxiety is arising in my mind." This subtle shift in perspective helps to create space between ourselves and our experience, enabling us to respond to anxiety with greater clarity and freedom. We become less identified with our thoughts and more aware of the underlying stillness that remains even in the midst of turmoil. A third essential practice in Buddhist teachings is compassion, particularly self-compassion. When anxiety arises, it's easy to be hard on ourselves. We may feel frustrated, embarrassed, or ashamed for experiencing anxiety, especially in situations where we believe we should be calm and composed. This self-criticism only amplifies our suffering. as it adds a layer of judgment on top of the anxiety itself. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate loving kindness, or metta, for ourselves, just as we would for a dear friend who is struggling. When we are able to treat ourselves with the same kindness and care that we offer others, we create a nurturing environment in which anxiety can be acknowledged without judgment. Self-compassion allows us to soothe our own suffering instead of compounding it. When anxiety arises, we can offer ourselves words of comfort, such as, "It's okay to feel this way. I am here for you." By offering ourselves compassion, we create a sense of inner safety and support, which makes it easier to navigate the challenges that anxiety presents. In practical terms, blending Buddhist wisdom with mindfulness practice means embracing anxiety with a sense of curiosity and acceptance. Rather than viewing anxiety as an enemy to be defeated, we can approach it as an opportunity for growth. Every time anxiety arises, we are presented with a chance to deepen our understanding of ourselves, to practice mindfulness, and to cultivate compassion. Through this process, we become more resilient, more peaceful, and more grounded in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Buddhist teachings also remind us that anxiety is not something that can be fixed or eradicated. It is a natural part of being human. Rather than trying to eliminate it, we focus on transforming the way we relate to it. Through mindfulness, acceptance, non-self, and compassion, we can begin to see anxiety as a passing experience rather than a defining feature of who we are. We learn to respond to it with equanimity, rather than being swept away by it. Ultimately, the practice of blending wisdom with mindfulness is about cultivating a profound sense of inner peace, even in the midst of chaos. By embracing anxiety with understanding and compassion, we create a space where it can exist without overwhelming us. We develop a deeper connection to the present moment, to our true selves, and to the wisdom that arises from within. And in doing so, we discover a path to greater freedom, joy, and peace. As we bring this journey to a close, it's essential to remember that true peace is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to remain calm amid them. Life will always present moments of uncertainty, discomfort, and anxiety. However, through the practices we've explored, you can develop the resilience to navigate these moments with grace and courage. The wisdom of mindfulness teaches us to embrace each experience, no matter how uncomfortable, as an opportunity for growth and self-awareness. Key takeaways from this practice include the importance of daily mindfulness. Even dedicating just 10 minutes a day can create a significant shift in how you respond to anxiety. Over time, this consistency helps to train your mind and body to meet challenges with equanimity. Another crucial lesson is cultivating a compassionate presence, not just for others, but also for yourself. When anxiety arises, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. This self-compassion helps dissolve the judgment and resistance that often make anxiety feel more overwhelming. Lastly, remember the Buddhist insight of impermanence. Everything, including anxiety, is transient. The emotional storms you experience are temporary, and with practice, you'll be better equipped to let them pass without becoming overwhelmed. Trust that this, too, shall pass. By embracing these principles, you can find a deep sense of calm, even amidst the chaos of life.